Hi, Heather from Hooked on Pickin again. I am here to talk to you about why we buy remotes from the Goodwill outlet. Now, I brought a multitude of things home from the Goodwill outlet, and I already did another video on that. Check that out. It's got a ton of different things. But I wanted to show you one of the things. This is a sewing pattern, and a lot of times I go and I calculate how much gas it takes for me to get there, and I thought, okay, let's pick these kinds of things up because it pretty much will pay for my gas, and then anything else is a cherry on the top. But the cool thing about these is they weigh about 1 to 2 ounces a piece, and so I buy things 89 cents a pound at our Goodwill outlet, and so I probably paid less than 30 cents for 4 of them, and I don't pick them up unless they make about $10 a piece on them. And so these are great ideas. But so this is, I would consider a small. But one thing that was really neat, my kind of winner for the day, was remotes. And that's the main reason I'm doing this video. A lot of people bypass remotes. They're like, why do I need a remote when I don't have the television? Or they see the old box tube TVs at the Goodwills or the Goodwill outlets, and they think, okay, piece of junk. Nobody uses those anymore. We have flat screens, all sorts of things like that. But the TV may be useless, but for whatever reason, people are purchasing the remotes anywhere from $10 to $100. This was a big bonus that I found. This one is a used remote. It's got an LCD screen on it, which also makes it a lot more expensive. And they're going online used for $75. So a few things to look for when checking on remotes. If it's not new, if it's new, bonus. You usually can make some money on them. And I've found some remotes retail arbitrage from Walmarts and other places. But if it's used, some of the things to look for. You look on the outside. You check for discoloration on the buttons. You make sure all the buttons still work and they're not stuck or missing. You know, some of these rubber ones can be pulled out. And you're going to look for nicks, cuts, scratches, anything that's pretty dramatic damage. So you're going to check the front, check the back. This one has just a little bit of scuffage just from probably being set on a coffee table. And so you're going to check the front and the back. And then you're going to, the most important thing, check, does it have the battery cover? You cannot sell it without the battery cover. People won't buy it. You can try, but people just won't buy it. I mean, do you want a battery remote? You want a remote without the cover. So you take off the battery cover, and then most importantly, most of the time there are still batteries in it. If there are batteries, you take every battery out, and the most important thing you're looking for is you're checking for corrosion. Has the battery leaked? Now there are a lot of other Amazon FBAers and eBayers that will clean the remote if it's had some corrosion or leakage from batteries, but I usually just steer clear. Because if it's got corrosion in the battery, it's very likely that when it goes to the warehouse and then it gets sold to a seller, it's not going to work. And I don't want that kind of a ding on my reputation on my Amazon account. So we're going to look in here. We're going to look inside, make sure there's no acid. These were all in very good condition. They may actually even be usable batteries, so you can get some use out of it like that. So the one thing that's really neat is the next thing. You got to figure out, how do I list this? It doesn't have a barcode. And so you look inside the battery compartment a lot of times, and I don't know if you can zoom in there, but there is a barcode in there, and so I can type in the UPCs on the barcode on that one, or try to scan it with my phone. Another place that you can find numbers for identification, just like you're typing in the title, is sometimes there's a black box here that has a lot of information on that, and sometimes you can type that in. And if you can't find it in either one of those two places, you flip it over to the front, and almost always there's some sort of a name to the remote. And now this one is specifically called MX350. And so I can type in the MX350 remote, look it up. That's how I found it. And you're able to figure out exactly what to list it for and how much to sell it for. But tidbit, sometimes you can look for used remotes, and you know, TV might be useless, but you can sell the remote for $10, $20, $30, even $100. So look for remotes. They're always good gold nuggets, especially down at the Goodwill outlet or even in Goodwill stores. And remember, in the end, Jesus wins. Have a good day.